and ended up winning the 2000 National Debating Competition of the Republic of Ghana. Interestingly, it was myself and my good brother Titus who were the debaters for Oppong Senior High School on Omane. This same lesson of excellence is what took me into journalism, where once again I had no training, no background, no logistics. But I remembered the words of Reverend Paniani, that in that same vein, I had to learn, build capacity, and make the best out of the opportunity ahead of me. It took me further into a long career. None of my parents, indeed in my family, there had been no lawyer. But then again, those same words, to strive, to study, to learn, to practice, and do your best. Today, I run my own law practice in Accra, and I'm also now training young, sharp lawyers to make waves in the profession. And I also try to pass on to them that same lesson, strive for excellence. In recent times, it's taken me into politics and governance. And for every document that comes before me, every policy that we interrogate, I try to apply that same lesson of excellence. And where I fail, I try to own up to it. In fact, quite recently, we watched the Parliament. I was in a back and forth with the education minister on something I thought he was wrong about. And he said, "No, Kojo, I know this for a fact." And when I checked and I found out that he was right, that same level of, or that same spirit of excellence got me up on my feet to say, "Mr. Speaker, the minister is right, I am wrong." And I pray that you build that same level of excellence as you go forward. Do not think too highly of yourself. Bury your head in the work, regardless of the circumstances, and strive for excellence. Not just in the Tigasi, not just in the Eastern region, not just in Ghana, but for the high standards all over the world. The final of the two lessons that I want to share with you, and I'll take my seat. Before then, let me make the point that things have never been and will never be perfect wherever you will be. But you have an opportunity to look within and decide that you will excel no matter what, and you will build the skill and the capacity to challenge yourself and to excel. Be one of the excellent ones that we can count on in the near future. As I mentioned, the final of the two lessons. Kojo gives you a perfect opportunity to build lasting relationships, and if you build those relationships, you will find them handy in the years ahead. A few years ago, I had a family member who needed to undergo surgery in an area that I suspected a few of my colleagues had expertise in. I wanted and I looked around for a surgeon I could trust. His name, Professor Titus Bailey. So I spoke to him and I said, "A cousin of mine has this condition, can you help out?" He said, "Bring the cousin over." We took the cousin over. When the surgery was done and I asked for the bill, he said, "My friend, get out, it's been sorted out already." That is the value of the relationships that we build with. When I started my law practice, I was looking for seniors who I could learn from. I found one person whose practice I admired. His name is Justice Oppong. Today, he is a Court of Appeals judge. As I interacted with him, he told me I'm a Kojo myself. Today he's here as well. Those relationships will take me far. In the heat of the 2016 elections, when we needed to do some back channeling, there was a Kojo that occasionally I would reach out to. Hardly will he not take my call. Even if he couldn't, he will return my call. Kojo, Omane, Boamah, those relationships will take me far. When we got into government and we needed to understand a lot of monetary policies, there were a number of people at the Bank of Ghana, but there was one who took a keen interest in me, who called me close by, and took an interest in trying to teach me the rudiments of monetary policies. His name is Kojo Oppong, after a former deputy governor of the Central Bank. And so for me as well, when I found one of my colleagues showing up in Parliament as a fresh member of Parliament, former boy, I would say, who needed to find his feet in Parliament, I took delight in taking pains to show him what the standing orders are, what you can do and what you cannot do. Today is here, Kojo Paul Chumberema, the former member. And as you know, now I'm a slight big word in Parliament. I was there when two young men came to me and said that they were finishing their national service and wanted an opportunity to get a job. I also needed a legislative assistant, so I asked them to provide their CVs. One of them happened to be a student who had graduated from POJOS Senior High School and Minor Center. You can imagine who I met. Today he's here as my legislative assistant, learning the rules in Parliament. So make it a point to build lasting relationships because you will find them handy in the near future. POJOS, POJOS, POJOS.
But family builds values. Teachers impart lessons, but community creates opportunities. Alumni inspire, while society provides the environment within which young people flourish. When every stakeholder embraces this shared responsibility, excellence becomes inevitable. When we walked into this school during those dark days, some people had rechargeable lamps. It was an offense if your rechargeable lamp could play music, if it had radio on it. I came from the village and I had a lantern. On Saturday, I would wash the shield of the lantern. I'm sure many of you don't know what the shield of a lantern is. And dry it. Though I was then in the seminary, and colleagues would be laughing. Little did I know that one day I'll be here. I had a fierce contest with Kojo, and our colleagues here can testify to that. Little did we know that one day we will be in the Parliament of Ghana and on the opposite side of the aisle. And our collaboration has been great. In fact, we mentioned the relationships we have had. The only thing I want to leave with you is that don't take your relationships kindly. Take them serious. My lawyer sits here, and he's sitting in front there, Divine. Divine, give everybody a wave. So, Divine is a lawyer with a firm owned by the former Attorney General, Ibutu and Co. But also on the other side, but he's my lawyer. When I intended to enter politics, Kojo was already in. He's by far my senior in Parliament. I had to go and see him. What do I do? Where do I pass? How do we go around things? And he opened up his doors to me. The Honorable Minister for Education sitting here is my mentor. In fact, he came to launch my campaign in my constituency. Without him, I'm not sure I would have won that election, and I'm eternally grateful to him. So, value people, and value relationships. Maintain loyalty, and above all, let discipline be your watchword. Kojo is my senior in Parliament. I don't think he should have been holding this behind me, but he said that I'm his SP, so. In Parliament, if he's to speak, he'll be given a lot of time. I'll struggle to catch the attention of the speaker. But he's right in front, so he gets all the attention of the speaker. But that's how beautiful it works. So we wish you the very best. We pray that all the students will excel. Congratulations to the award winners. We studied hard. He mentioned our debate victory. I also led the team. We went to the National Science and Maths quiz. We exited at the quarterfinals very painfully and prepared the next group, and the group after us won the national contest. So together we'll go hard. I wish all of us the very best. POJOS. I wish I had the time. I would have asked that all the senior POJOS here to stand up and let us sing the school anthem. But I'm sure we'll sing it at some point. We will. Eh? You want to say something right now? You want to say? Okay. Oh, Pojoba, this is just for the Pojoba. If you're a Pojoba, please write.